Hi, welcome. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Cardinal Rose Tarot. My name is Cynthia. Thank you for being here. I'm dealing with some frustration. There's negative energy afoot. There's toxic energy being sent at the collective for the full moon. It's like interference. People that do workings on the lunar cycles are active. And yesterday my reading, they interfered with the energy of interference impacted the audio, so I can't use my mic today because the mic is something that, and my audio is something that gets impacted when that kind of stuff is happening. So that's what I'm picking up on, is conflict energy and interference around this lunar cycle. So we're just going to do a little bit of Artemis and Actaeon blend here to cleanse that away and make sure that we get a good reading. And I just decided not to bother trying to use the mic because I don't want to give any opportunity for any interference to impact this reading. So thank you for being here. And if you caught that reading and you hung in there through the audio, thank you. It's very frustrating. But anyways, I'm on a quest. I've been on this mission of like, I'm gonna do like divest from things that I, can't stand about our world. And one of them now is Meta. It's so sad how you used to like Facebook way in the early days, and then there's some content creator out there that calls it the unsuckification of everything, right? Like things that used to be good that became worse and worse over time and got worse and worse, and nobody did anything. They just stayed with Facebook. So it allowed Facebook to just gradually go downhill because there's not a like discerning public that's like, screw this service used to be great and now it's not, so I'm gonna take my business elsewhere. He was like, that never happened. So people just allowed for the unsuckification of all of these services. And it's like, that's true. So I had gotten off Facebook a while ago. I tried to go back because I missed it. And then I had that perspective because I wasn't part of the slow decline. I was off there for like 4 years. So when I got back on, I was like, this is horrible. There's no, like, I can't even find my friends through all the ads. And like, it's just nuts. So I've been on that mission about my music because I let go of my CD collection forever ago. I still have my cassettes because I can't bring myself to get rid of those. I did a bunch of that back during the iPod era. I uploaded all my music to my iPod and my Apple Music account. And then because Apple's such a fuck shit show of a company, and they make it impossible to access your library, even though you paid for it. I paid for all of my Apple Music library. I didn't pirate any of it. And yet they won't let you access it online. They make it impossible. So I have my old iPod here that's probably hadn't been charged in like 5 years now. I ordered a charger for it. I ordered a Bluetooth adapter. I ordered a new Bluetooth speaker because mine is finally given up the ghost. It was older too. So I've got a new speaker coming. I've got capacity to get my iPod going again so I can access my old Apple Music library because fuck you, Apple. I switched from Spotify to Qobuz because fuck Meta, fuck advertising for ICE. So next week I'm going to be proud of myself, right? And it's embarrassing that even feels like an accomplishment. It's like they make it difficult to do. Like you can't just, oh, it's a simple matter, right? I don't know. I don't know why I'm going off on that, but I encourage you to do it because I haven't figured out whether this is going to work yet or not. It's a theory that it'll work. I was not too hard on my iPod, so I'm assuming it just needs to charge up and then my whole old library is going to be there. Thank God, I hope. Whatever, I already gave up on it a long time ago, though. I already let go of my Apple Music library and gave the 2 middle fingers to Apple. But, I want my old library. The only CDs I have left are my CDs that have maybe some type of collector's value because they were limited edition, rare local musicians and stuff like that. So the only energy otherwise that I'm really feeling is like conflict energy, like pushing through, forcing your way through, anger. That's some of the energy that I've been in about music, but also about you know, whatever, just other things that are happening in the world, my own circumstances and whatnot. I can feel getting frustrated, and then you get out of flow if you're not careful, and you start trying to force your way through circumstances, when if you just allow yourself to bend and be fluid, it'll be helpful. So that seems to be kind of a theme probably for this reading. And I've been really loving the way that these loteria cards are like scrying cards for me. I have a divination relationship already with these, and it's like a nice pleasant surprise, because it was a little bit of an experiment to use these cards for cartomancy. But just like any cards, you can use them for that, even playing cards, right? So what are the themes that want to come out for this collective message? And I'm going to be trying to go live later also for the night. What are the themes for this collective? The only real thing, like I said, that I've been picking up on is conflict. Conflict and one-upmanship, like competition, like ego battle. Battle of like, no, my knowledge is the more obscure, deep, impressive knowledge, and yours is surface, yours is mainstream, yours isn't cool, right? Like there's a line from an old movie from the 90s called Reality Bites, and Ben Stiller says in that line, he gets into a fight, he's like fighting over a girl, Winona Ryder's character, and who's the actor? He's the guy from Training Day. Why am I blanking on his name? Not Denzel Washington, but his partner from Training Day. Not Eric Stoltz. I don't know why I'm not thinking of that guy's name. He's a super famous actor, but I can't think of his name right now. Anyways, he says, Ben Stiller says to his character, like, what, did I cross some line in the sands of coolness with you? And it's that kind of energy. It's like competitive energy of, you know, like teenagers or people in their 20s that have to one-up themselves about, I know more about this obscure topic than you. And it's like, who fucking cares where you know, or I remember dating this guy once. He was way younger than me, was like 10 years younger than me. I was being a little bit of a cougar. I was only in my 30s, so it's not like, you know, but he was a lot younger than me. And he was still in that energy a little bit of being in your 20s. And I knew about this first. I was at the trendsetter here and all that. And he said something about like, oh yeah, she really only got into them after her boyfriend was listening to metal. And it's like, so like, we all heard a band for the first time somewhere, you know. It's not like we were born with the obscure knowledge of secret society musicians that not everybody knows about. And that, you know, it's like, I hated that back in the day at Evergreen, which was, Olympia was like music snob capital of the world. And I'm part of that generation. Generation X is notorious for being music snobs, right? High fidelity, all of that. And I hated that, though. It drove me fucking crazy. It's like, so what? I like the Eagles. Fuck you if you think the Eagles are crap, right? And it became a thing even with Nirvana. Like, Nirvana, once they blew up and Smells Like Teen Spirit was all over the place, it's like somehow you were this fake poser if you liked that album better than Bleach. And it's like, it's better. It's a better album than Bleach. It just is. The sound is better. The musicianship is better. The songs are more developed. It's just more mature. As an album, it doesn't mean you're a sellout, right? So there's something to that. Clearly, I'm channeling my 20-year version of myself, because I still get aggravated by some of that, even now, even though it doesn't matter. Like, who cares what you know or don't know, or whether somebody thinks they're better at music than you? It's like, so what? There's some part of me that still gets triggered by it, apparently. So you're in a very fruitful energy of doing your creative work, and someone's trying to block it or take it, possibly. So that's the basic theme. They may feel not as good at the work that like, you might be in the same field. Like, I'm even picking up on a reader. So you might be a reader, and somebody doesn't like sees you as competition, because they're also a reader and you're in the same arena, maybe on YouTube even, right? That could be. That's kind of what I'm picking up on, is that there's a feeling of there's not enough room for everyone, or if you're succeeding, that means that I'm failing, right? It's that one-upmanship. It's competition and one-upmanship energy. Someone doesn't like how you're coming out looking like a rose, and they don't like it. They'd like for you to be taken down a couple pegs. Maybe you're in a glow up. So you're very generous and abundant as a person, and this other party is competitive. They're competitive with you. They want you to be disempowered. They want you to be taken down a couple pegs. That's what this was saying, because they see you as competition. You may be about to find out about this, because they may have been competing with you quietly or behind the scenes, and you weren't aware of it. Like, that can happen sometimes if you perceive someone as a friend and you're not really realizing that they secretly are resentful of your success or feel competitive towards you, right? You have the power, though. That's what's also coming through, is that it's annoying, but you are the one with the power. The person that sees you as competition does not have the power that you do. So this might be a reading that's asking you once again to be the bigger person, which you may be finding a little fatiguing. That's channeled. That's coming through. I'm going to scry. I'm going to do some more scrying here. Scrying is the feeling. Scrying is the feeling. So let's scry into one of these ink blots, and then we'll pull tarot. Oops. Doing this backwards. That's okay. What is, who and what, like, they're not a threat to you, but they're very aggravating to you. And so this reading might be coming out to help you remember to be in your right way and stay in your good conduct here. But maybe not being as generous with this person as you had been, like, or something. It's a sad. You might need to see the truth here, or you might be finding out the truth about this person, and it's a shock to your system. But nevertheless, you're going to have the power. That's an uncomfortable position to be in. Like, I'm picking up on that somebody has committed injustice against you, or stolen from you, or seen you as competition, but they're not as powerful as you, and they're failing and going to fail. And then you are going to have some say in what happens. What is the consequence? So there might be, like, they're going to have to go answer to someone, whether that's a court system or a governing body like patent and trade or something, you know what I mean? Like, there's going to be some oversight of what has happened here, and you're going to have say in it. And it might be uncomfortable for you, because you might feel uneasy about, like dropping the guillotine or something on this person. You might feel a way about that. But let's just see. I'm going to do some scrying here, and we'll see what we're picking up on. I'm seeing arguing in an office. Somebody's going back and forth in an argument about the situation. Someone has a beard, a man in the equation. I'm seeing a man with like a beard and handlebar mustache. So again, now that's tapping back into that sort of hipster obnoxiousness, the hipster who knows more than you. Brooklyn, Portland, Seattle, Olympia, music snob, high fidelity, hipster, beards, right? That culture is here. So over that culture, honestly. Sorry to be a hater, but I just am. I'm so sick of it. It's like, wow, you're so original that you have a beard. Like, but that group of people acts like that. Like they're somehow on, they've got their finger on the pulse of what's cool. But it's just, and then that's what's annoying is that they judge everyone else. Yeah. Okay. I'm in some part of myself that has some unresolved teenage wounds, I think. Don't mind me. Yeah, no, it keeps coming through like hipster spectacles. Like, I even had a pair of those in high school because I was obsessed with John Lennon's style, and I didn't need glasses, but there was this pair of like just fake John Lennon glasses that were just glass lenses. There was no magnification to them, but I wore them because they looked cool, right? So it's that energy. Yeah, it's like corporate. You're not cool, you're corporate. You're not a creator, you're corporate. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody's saying that. This corporate person is butthurt over it though, and they feel competitive towards you and they don't like it. They don't like that they've kind of are being put in their place. That's for somebody. Yeah, this is like Coachella type stuff as well. I'm picking that up. Like, I don't know. I've never been to Coachella, so I can't. Or Burning Man, or just something like that. There's something about this that you don't like, or that I don't like, and I'm just tapped into it. What is this? I said I was going to do tarot, and we'll get there here in a second, but this is competitive energy. You might work in media. I was just noticing yesterday that 50 Cent was like crying salty tears over the New York governor race. It's like, yeah, of course rich people are crying over that, right? It's funny. Like, what are you a sellout much? I mean, it's okay if you love money and want freedom to make your money, but go cry your rich man tears somewhere else. People that are having trouble putting food on the table don't fucking care. You've lost touch, 50 Cent. Passive aggressive, conflict avoidance. Somebody is conflict avoidant and passive aggressive, and they don't like that they're being called out. You're not creative, you're corporate. You're not, this is some shady, that is not going to be for everyone, that over here, what I was hearing. But there's some type of energy like that present. You're dealing with someone that's passive aggressive, that doesn't like, and that maybe has been backbiting and acting against you behind the scenes because they're passive aggressive, because they don't know how to be direct. It's an adult. It's not even a teen or a like 20 something. They're not even, they're older. They're too mature for that kind of thing. Is what is coming through. Yeah, it's a friend group. For some of you, it's competition in a friend group, and there's passive aggressive energy in the friend group, but there may be like back behind the scenes talking about you in this friends group, and they're envious of the success and the perception that people are starting to see your glow and your success. You're starting to be witnessed for your creative work, and this person isn't liking it, and you may have just found out that they've been trying to steal your work or competing against you without you knowing, or going behind the scenes to deal makers and trying to steal deals out from under you. That's coming through. This person's really shady. They're really shady, and it's all coming to light. And the sad thing is that you feel super betrayed, and but what I'm also picking up is that you are not aware that this person does not have the power that you think that they do. Maybe that's why this reading is coming out. You still are the one in power. You have the power to really shame this person, and you're being cautioned about that. Yeah, you're being worried. You're being cautioned about, you have the power in this situation to really make this person look ridiculous and really put them on blast. That's the moment in time that you're at with the situation. You're being told to really think about that, I think. So now let's do the tarot. Now let's get into tarot. What's the situation that has created this atmosphere of competition where this person is like your secret competitor? It's a friends group. It has to do with your future and your positive, like your positive upswing in your life, right? This person's kind of privately not liking it, or it's coming out. You're having to defend your work from this person. It's been they're trying to sabotage your collaborative relationships creatively. They don't want you to be seen as a leader spiritually. Like for some people, this is a tarot or divination or esoteric community. What's the Hermit in the reverse here? You're no longer doing your work privately. You're bringing your work and your skill out into the open. And this person doesn't like it. And you may have actually said, for some of you, you're not a creative, you're corporate. Like, why are you thinking you're competing with me, right? Like, there's something like that. I don't know. This has felt totally unfair to you. You feel completely violated by this person. And again, the emphasis is on the fact that they don't have the power that you have. They don't have the integrity. They don't have the power. They're maybe not as like far along in their psychological or spiritual growth as you. This has you feeling very burdened, and you're really upset at the illusion that this person managed to create around you, that they've been secretly competing with you. And taking your work, honestly, like taking from you as a friend, taking your work, running with it behind the scenes, acting like they're supporting you when really they're behind the scenes not supporting you. They're trying to take your work and undermine how you're perceived. This is a frenemy. It's made you concerned about what's going to happen to your work that you've been doing, growing and making. You're like, fuck you, get away. Like, I'm not gonna sit down with you. I'm not gonna discuss this with you. Back off me. I don't. Like, you may have been worried that you would seem ungrateful. Like, this person's been seeming like they're supporting you. So the intuition that you've been picking up on is right, in that this person has not been supporting you. And so you're now seeing that. This is coming to light. It's coming out that this person was working against you. This is a frenemy. And justice is here. Justice is going to be here. Justice is coming. It's like a combination of justice and balance for your esoteric work, because this person didn't succeed in stealing it. What I'm picking up on is that what they may have been doing was plotting, and that they were going to take your work and then turn around and accuse you of stealing their work. And they may have succeeded. Like, they were starting to maybe, in some cases, set you up for a fall here. It's being revealed through this full moon, because it's being cleared away for you. Yeah, it's Judgment Day. They were going to try to set you up for the Judgment Day, but now it's their Judgment Day. You're secure in your future with this work that you've done. You have no reason to fear. You have the power. And in fact, you're going to have to decide what, because you're going to have say in what happens to this person that's being exposed for trying to steal your work and sabotage you from behind. It's going to bring in a lot of change for you. It's painful. You don't like that this happened, and it's very upsetting. Who was this? Was it like a best friend? It said friend group. But there might have also been like a situation like Fleetwood Mac where I mean, they were cheating, you know, they were, there was a lot of feelings of betrayal in that band in the early days, right? With Lindsay and Stevie, and then Stevie having an affair with Mick, you know, it was a lot. And so it ended up being a huge gift to the world, though, because those albums are amazing. But that was very painful for them. So you might be able to turn this painful experience of this betrayal into something lucrative and creative and beautiful out of it, just like Fleetwood Mac did. They harnessed all of that betrayal and pain into just making genius music. And that's what's coming through here, is that this betrayal of this person, you can then turn it into something creative, and it's only going to continue to rise and elevate you, okay? That's sad for this person, but that's the truth here. Yeah, they weren't able to manipulate the situation. It's coming out. This whole setup has failed. You're not going to have the Judgment Day that they were setting you up for. They're actually, it's going to morph into something totally new out of this situation. Yeah, this was a third party. In some cases, it might have been an affair. Like that this party, you know, slept with your man because they were so threatened by all of the success that you're having, that they did a setup where they slept with your man, right? Or some example like that to hurt you. Because they're envious, because you're a starseed, because you're here in the upright, you're a rose in the upright, you're a creative musician in the upright, right? Like you have a brilliant creative mind. And there's another example that's coming to mind from a series that was beloved in the 90s called My So-Called Life. There was only one season, which was always considered a tragedy by its fans. And I'm blanking on her name now, but Angela's best friend sleeps with Angela's crush, Jared Leto's character. And it's because she has her own issues of feeling competitive with Angela, right? And so her way of coping with that is to have her ego being so out of control that she goes and sleeps with Angela's boyfriend because she feels jealous and competitive of Angela in other ways. And that's like the season finale, is her making that kind of horrible decision to do this, and then realizing the next morning what she's done. Betrayed her best friend, fucked her best friend over. It's probably going to get back to her best friend, and what a betrayal that's going to be, right? That Angela could then use to turn into something even more, you know, creative work out of it. Yeah, Evil Eye, this hater has been working against you because they don't like what is happening for you. You can't make it up. They hate what's happening for you. They don't want you to succeed. They're very jealous of that you're on the rise. You're being noticed. Your creative work is getting attention. A community is acknowledging you, and you're building a community around you that's appreciating your work. This person can't stand it. It's maybe a childhood friend that came to be hating of you later in life. Like this, you may go way back with this person. This has been coming through a lot in readings periodically for me. You're going to be moving on from this as it comes out. It's very sad, but you're going to be moving on into a relationship that this person hasn't been able to stop your growth and your all the good things coming for you. They were trying to hurt your reputation. In some cases, this was a parent that alienated their child against you. You might be a co-parent with someone, and they have been behind the scenes smearing you to your child and plotting to take your child from you and telling a story about you that you're getting ahead by, you know, something illegal, or that you're the only reason you're producing all this content is because you're high and you're staying up all night, or you know what I mean, and there's a child involved here. They may have been trash talking you to their child or the children in your world. It's being revealed, though. It's being revealed what this person's been doing, and they're going to be very ashamed. Okay, this is what's coming out. It's very cringe. Yeah, you're on the rise, though. This is not your problem. So I'm going to go ahead and pull, what do you need to know now? What's some advice for you now that this has come out? Like, what's going to be some advice? I think the first advice is acknowledging that this person failed and that they don't have the power that you're worried they might. They haven't succeeded in destroying your reputation. But knowing this is going to really throw you off. It's going to really freak you out. It might even rise to the level of illegal, what they've been doing. So we're just going to pull some advice now for you. Accept the truth as it comes out. Realize that this person never supported you the way that you thought they did. See that you still have power. They didn't succeed in destroying you and your reputation. As you find this out, it's all coming out. This is all being revealed with this full moon. So I do want to just pull some advice cards now for you. What's some good advice? What's some good advice for you as this is revealed that this person betrayed you and has been trying to work to end what you have coming? It's a big betrayal. It's a big betrayal. From somebody that you thought you could trust. In some cases, a childhood friend. In some cases, it's somebody that you have a child with. What's some good advice for you? What's some good advice now that this is coming out? Yeah, they've been watching you for a long time. They've been spying. They've been your op, basically. This person's been an op in your life. They've been spying on you and taking whatever information they've been gathering about you and trying to hurt you with it. They're way in their head about you. They also have a lot of bizarre perceptions about you. This is not a healthy person. This is somebody that needs help. Yeah, they are trying to prevent this from coming out, but it's coming out. It's the truth. You know the truth, and you may even name it. You may even name it out loud. This is the lesson, is seeing and believing the truth and having the discernment to walk away from somebody that would do this to you. Your advice is not to worry about it, to just cut cords and let go and walk away and move on, because they failed. They failed, and they're going to have to face their own karma. They're going down for this. They're going down reputationally. They're very bothered by your success. All of your joy and abundance is here. That's what you're being advised to know, is just focus on that. Focus on that and let go. This person's judgment day is not your problem. Don't try to prevent the consequences for this person. What's the Queen of Wands in the reverse? That's this person that was working against you. The Earth Angel in reverse. They're not the one that's not a creative, they're corporate. Whoever said that, that's kind of a burn, right? Yeah, they saw you as competition. They've never really been grateful for your friendship. They've seen you as competition for a long time. It's just they're going to be faced with their own lack of, they're going to be stuck while you go on to be fully enthroned in your power. That's what it is. You don't need to worry about it. I'm curious about what's going to happen, but it's just saying you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry about it because you're safe and the situation is over. So I hope that's helpful. Let's see. I almost want to pull some tiles. Some tiles or is there any more information? Is there any more information about this, Spirit, that you want us to know before we wrap up? About where things are headed specifically? Final messages about where things are headed for you and what you need to know about this situation. Okay, so I got a personal message here. It's like a personal message came out for me. There's some elements to this reading that have relevance to me personally, and it's a message that's coming out to me personally here. But what I'll just say that's also going to apply to a lot of the collective without giving away my own message here, because it's meant for me, not to be shared with the whole collective, is that you're about to find this out. You're about to find out about this betrayal. And for some of you, it's been more than one person. And for some of you, it's family. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. And thank you again so much. If you like my work, please like and subscribe. I'm probably going to be on tonight with a live. I've been trying to go live on Fridays, Thursdays, later in the week. So anyways, thank you again so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't worry about it. This is all coming out. It's going to be a distant memory, and they didn't succeed, okay?